Let me go and open one notepad. Go and open one notepad. And let me keep here. Let me go and keep here. What is the agenda for today's classes? Let me keep here. What is the agenda for today's classes? So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about a complete introduction to Microsoft Power Platform. So in today's class, in the next coming 60 minutes of time, so what we'll discuss? So we'll go and discuss in detail about what is this Microsoft Power Platform. So what type of software it is, what type of software Power Platform, what we can do with the help of Power Platform software, and also we'll understand who will use the Power Platform software and who will hire the Power Platform developers. So in detail about Microsoft Power Platform, we'll go and discuss now in today's class. So let me go and keep here the different points, guys. I'll go and mention the different points what we'll go and cover now in today's class. Let me mention those points here. Right, let me mention those points. So the first point we'll try to understand now in today's class, what is Power Platform. The second point we'll go and discuss now in today's class is what is meant by business applications. What is meant by business applications. And third point to understand how to implement the business applications. How to implement what? Business applications using Power Platform software. How to implement business applications using Power Platform software. So the third point to understand how to go and implement this business applications with the help of Power Platform. And next point to understand Power Platform architecture. The next point we'll go and discuss about what? Power Platform architecture, right? So let me show you what is the architecture of Power Platform. Let me show you architecture of Power Platform here. So this is what the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform is. So now by the end of this today's class, you'll come to know what is the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform. You'll understand this architecture by the end of this today's class, right? So these are the different points we'll go and discuss now in today's class. So now among all those, first let me go and discuss about what is Power Platform. So now for now, try to understand. I'm not going to keep the definition here. For now, just at a high level, try to understand what we can do with the help of Power Platform. Let me keep here at a high level. For now, we try to understand what we can do with the help of Power Platform software. What we can do with the help of Power Platform. Now try to understand this. At a high level, just keep in mind what we can implement. So now within the Power Platform, we are able to create what? We are able to create apps in the Power Platform. And within the Power Platform, we are able to create some websites. And within the Power Platform, we are able to create the chatbots. And within the Power Platform, we are able to do some automations. And within the Power Platform, we are able to store the data. It acts as one data source. And within the Power Platform, we are able to do the data analysis. We are able to do what? Data analysis. So these are the 6 things or the components they are going to implement within the Power Platform. So within the Power Platform, we'll understand how to go and create apps, how to go and create websites, how to go and create chatbots. I think few people not able to understand what's meant by chatbot. You'll come to know. And how to do the automations, what's meant by data sources, what is meant by data analysis. All these points we'll cover now in today's class. For now, just at a high level, keep in mind what we are going to implement with the help of Power Platform. These are the 6 components we are going to implement within the Power Platform. How we are going to implement, what is the need of implementing all this in the Power Platform, you'll understand. But now just keep in mind at a high level what we can do with the help of Power Platform right? And next, the next point to understand Next point we'll try to understand here. Who will use the Power Platform software? The next point we'll understand what? Who will use what? Power Platform software. Along with this, one more point we'll try to understand in today's class is the next point to understand, that is who will hire the Power Platform developers. Who will hire whom? Power Platform develops. So these are the different points we'll go and cover now in today's class, guys. So I'm listing out what the different points we'll go and cover now in today's class. So these are the points we'll cover. So now, among all those, first let me go and start discussing about, among all this, first let me discuss about what? Who will use Power Platform and who will head the Power Platform developers. First, let me go and discuss about these 2 points, guys. So now, let me go and discuss about who will use the Power Platform software. Now try to understand who will use the Power Platform software. Let us say, if there is any company, whatever the company is, guys, if you take any company it is, if there is any company, what the companies will do? The companies will go and do some business. As we know that companies will do what? They'll do some business. Now, let's take well-known companies for us, which are well-known companies for us. Let's take Amazon. Amazon is one company. They're doing what business? They're doing some e-commerce business. And let's take some other company like ICICI. ICICI is one company. They're doing what business? Banking business. Let's take some other company like Swiggy. Swiggy is one company. They're doing what business? Some food business. Like this, if you take any company, guys, whatever the company is, if you take any company, the companies will do what? The companies will do some business. Okay, we understand what the companies will do. Companies will do some business. Now, let's take here Amazon. Amazon company is there. Now, Amazon company is doing what kind of business? They are doing some e-commerce business. Now, try to understand. Do you people think that Amazon company directly will go and start doing the e-commerce business? You people think that Amazon company will directly go and start doing the e-commerce business? No. So Amazon company directly, they don't start doing the e-commerce business, guys. So now before going to start the business, what the Amazon company need to do, what this companies need to do, before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some applications. Companies need to go and implement what? Some applications. Now, what applications the companies need to go and implement? So companies need to go and implement what applications means? They need to go and implement the business applications. So now let me keep here. So before going to start the business, I said that companies need to go and implement what? Applications. What applications? Business applications. Okay, fine. For now, we understand before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Companies need to go and implement some applications. What applications? Business applications. Now, what are called as business applications? Okay, we understand before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some applications that are business applications. Now, what are called as business applications? Now, let's take Amazon. Before going to start the e-commerce business, Amazon company need to go and implement the business applications. Now, what business applications Amazon company need to implement? Let's take an example. Now, if you take Amazon, any company, guys, let's take Amazon, well-known company. Amazon company will have some apps or not? Yes, Amazon company will have some app. So app is one of the business application. Amazon company will have some apps. So app is one of the business application. Now, Amazon company will have some website. So website is one of the business application. So Amazon company will have some chatbots. Chatbot is one of the business application. So Amazon company will go and perform some automations. So to perform the automations, then they need to go and use one application. And Amazon company will go and store their business data. Amazon company will go and store their business data. So to store the business data, they need to have one software. So data, the place where we'll store the data, it is also one of the business application. As you are using data sources in your business, it is one of the business application. And next, if you have the business data in the data sources, then definitely they will go and analyze the data. So data analysis, if you want to analyze your business data, that means if you want to perform the data analysis, we need to have some other applications, right? So now all these are the business applications case. If you take Amazon, Amazon company will have some apps. Amazon company will have some website. Amazon company recently they created chatbot. Amazon company will go into the automations. Amazon company will have the data sources. Amazon company will go and analyze their business data, right? So now all these are called as business applications, guys. Now, if you take any company, whatever the company is, whether it is Amazon, ICICI, Swiggy, Zomato, Instamart, Zopeto, Blinkit, any company, guys. Nowadays, whatever the mobile apps you can have in your mobile phone. So if you take any company, so before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement what now? Business applications. Now, what are called as business applications? These are all called as business applications. These are all called as what? Business applications. Any company, if they want to start any business, then they need to go and use these business applications, right? So now we understand before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some business applications. These are called as business applications. Now, how to implement these business applications now? So in order to go and implement the business applications, companies are using one software nowadays. So what's that software? Nowadays, companies are using in order to go and implement the business applications. So companies are using which software? Sorry, not Power Apps. Companies are using the Power Platform software. So now we understand who will use the Power Platform. Let's say who will use the Power Platform. If there is any company, if the company wants to start any business, before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement what? Business applications. To implement the business applications, companies will go and use which software? They're using the Power Apps. So nowadays, in order to go and implement the business applications, companies are using which software? Power Platform software. Right. Now we understand who will use the Power Platform. Companies will use it. And also, second point we understand here, Power Platform software is used for what? Second point we understand here, we come to know Power Platform software is used to implement what? Business applications. So with the help of this Power Platform software, we are able to implement all the business applications. Fine. We understand who will use the Power Platform, and also we understand what the Power Platform can do. Power Platform is used to implement the business applications. And the next point we need to understand here, who will hire the Power Platform developers now? Who will hire the Power Platform developers? Now, for this question also, the answer will be same. The answer will be same, guys. So who will hire the Power Platform developers means which company is using the Power Platform software? Which company is using what? Power Platform software to implement what? To implement the business applications. Which company is using the Power Platform software to implement the business applications? The same company will go and hire whom? Same companies will go and hire the Power Platform developers, guys. So who will hire the Power Platform developers means which company is using the Power Platform software, same company will go and hire the Power Platform developers. Now, why? Why these companies are hiring the Power Platform developers now? Let me explain that point here, guys. So why these companies are hiring the Power Platform developers means because Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform developers. Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform software. Now, with the help of Power Platform software, Power Platform developers will go and implement what? They'll go and implement the business applications. They'll go and implement what? Business applications. Once after implementing the business applications, with the help of the business applications, companies will start doing what? Business. With the help of the business applications, companies will start doing what now? Business. So this is what, who will use the Power Platform software, who will hire the Power Platform developers, and what we can do with the help of Power Platform software, right? So now from here, we come to know that, so nowadays, companies are using the Power Platform software. Companies are using what? Power Platform software to implement the business applications. So we come to know Nowadays, companies are using which software to implement the business applications is Power Platform, right? And next, so from here, we need to understand two more points, guys. So what we need to understand here is, so I said that before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Companies need to go and implement the business applications. I said that before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement the business applications. Now, why? Why the companies need to go and implement the business applications before going to start the business? What is the need? What is the need of implementing business applications? Why the companies need to go and implement them? So we need to understand this point. What is the need of business applications before going to start the business? And next point, we need to understand how to implement this business applications using Power Platform. These 2 points we need to understand now, right? Fine. So let me go and keep those 2 points here. First point, we need to understand about what is the need of business applications. What is the need of business applications? And second point, we need to understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. How to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. So these 2 points we need to understand now. So now among these two, first let me go and discuss about what is the need of business applications. Why the companies need to go and implement business applications before going to start the business. Let me discuss this point, guys. So what is the need of business applications means why they will implement before going to start the business is because business applications are used to implement or streamline business process of an organization. So what is the need of business applications? Business applications are used to implement or streamline. What you want to streamline? I want to streamline the business process of an organization. So every organization will have some business process, guys. There is no doubt. If you take Amazon company will have some business process or not? Yes. If you take ICICI company will have some business process or not? Yes. If you take Swiggy company will have some other business process or not? Yes. So if you take any companies will have what? Business process. So now what's my requirement is I want to go on the streamline. I need to go on the streamline the business process. I want to streamline what? Business process of what? Of an organization. So whenever if you want to go and streamline the business process of an organization, then go and use what? Business applications. So if you want to streamline the business process of an organization, must and should we need to go and use what? Business applications. With the help of the business applications only, we are able to streamline the business process of an organizations. So we understand what is the need of business applications. Business applications are used to streamline the business process of the organizations. Fine. Okay. Now, I said that these are used to streamline what? Business process. Now, from here, we need to understand one more point. What is meant by business process now? Let me go and keep here. Business process means business process will involves in multiple activities, tasks, and rules that are used to implement the process of an organization. So what is the use of this business process? What is my business process means? Business process will involves in multiple activities, tasks, and rules. So let's take if you're doing some business, then definitely in a business we'll do some multiple activities. We'll perform some multiple tasks. While doing this multiple activities and tasks, we need to follow some rules there. So now, what is the need of implementing all these multiple activities, tasks, and rules means? Because These are used to implement the business process of an organization. So now by using what? By using what you can implement all these multiple activities, tasks, and rules means with the help of business applications. By using these business applications only, we can implement all this. Once after implementing all this, these are used for what? These are used to implement streamline what? Process of the organizations, right? So we understand what is the need of business applications. And next point, we understand what is meant the business process, right? Fine. Okay. Once after understanding about what is the need of business applications, next we need to understand about what, how to implement these business applications using Power Platform. So before going to understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform, so while implementing these business applications, there is one process we need to follow. It is not recommended to go and implement the business applications by your own. There is one process we need to follow. We'll call it as business. We'll call it as business applications. Business applications process. We'll call it as what? Business application process. There is one process we need to follow. That process we are calling it as business applications process. Now, let me show you the business applications process architecture. So what's the process we need to follow? What the architecture of this process? Let me show you. Let me go here. Let me go and open the business applications process architecture. So this is what the business applications process architecture, right? So now, let's say if you want to implement the business applications for any company, guys, if you are trying to implement the business applications means first we need to start with front-end applications. First, we need to start with what? Front-end applications. This is the step one. Step one is implementing the front-end applications. Now, front-end applications means what? Front-end applications mean nothing but apps, websites, and then chatbots. These three will come under the front end. Front end means whatever the applications the users are able to see with their eyes, those comes under the front end. Apps, websites, and chatbots, these three, the users can view it. So this comes under the front end. Once after implementing the front end applications, second step is what? Step two, we need to go and implement what? Data sources. Step two is what? We need to go and implement the data sources, guys. Step two is implementing the data sources. This is my step two. So what is meant by data sources is, data source is nothing but place where the company will store their business data. Once after implementing the data sources, next third step is what? Third step is doing the automations. Third step is what? Implementing the automations. So this is the third step. Third step is implementing the automations, right? And next, finally, there is another one more step. The fourth step is what? The fourth step is data analysis. The fourth step, data analysis. Data analysis means what? Data analysis is nothing but showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Data analysis means what? Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Now see, all these are the visuals, guys. This is one visual. This is one visual. All these are what? These are all the visuals. So if you are showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports, then we'll call it as data analysis. Showing the data, the form of visuals or reports, we'll call it as data analysis, right? So these are the four steps involved in this, guys. These are what? The four steps involved in this. So we come to know this while implementing the business applications, there is one process we need to follow. So this is what the process we need to follow. Now here we understand business applications process is a how many step process? Business applications process is a 4-step process, guys. Business applications process is a how many step process? It is a 4-step process, right? Business applications process is a 4-step process. What are the 4 steps? Step 1 is front-end applications. Front-end means creating the apps, creating the websites, and creating what? Chatbots. And second step is data sources. That means the place where the companies will store their data. And third step is what? Doing the automations. Third step is what? Doing the automations. And finally, the fourth step is what? data analysis. So these are the 4 steps involved in this. So whatever the 4-step business application process is there, we need to follow. This 4-step business application process is connected with each other internally, guys. Each and every step is connected with each other internally. So why? Because if you see, let us say, if you want to perform the data analysis directly, first, if you want to start with the data analysis, means no, it is not possible. You are not able to do the data analysis. Why? Because to perform the data analysis, must and should we need to have the data sources. So data analysis will depends on what? Data sources. And if you have the data sources, and then you can do the data analysis, means no. Again, this data sources depends on what? Front-end applications. This data sources depends on what? Front-end. And this automations also, sometimes it depends on the data sources, and sometimes it depends on the front-end applications. So whatever the 4-step business applications process is there, these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, guys. Each and every step is connected with each other internally. So how these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, you'll understand now. I'll discuss in detail about 4-step business applications process. So let me go and mention that point here. So we come to know business applications process is a how many step process? It is a 4-step process. What are the 4 steps involved in this? Step 1 is front-end applications. Step 2 is what? Data sources. Step 3 is what? Automations. And step 4 is what? Data analysis. So these are the 4 steps involved in this. Now, let me go and discuss one by one, guys. So what is meant by front-end applications? What's meant by data sources? What's meant by automation? What's meant by data analysis? And how these 4 steps are connected with each other. How data analysis will depends on the data sources, and how the data sources depends on the front end, and how the automations depends on the data sources. You'll come to know how these 4 steps are connected with each other. You'll come to know, right? So now try to understand. When I said that whenever if you want to start the business applications process, first we need to start with what? Front end. Let me go and start with front end, guys. So in the front end means what? Front end means apps, websites, and then chatbots. These 3 will come under the front end. So now try to understand. Let us assume that I'm going to implement this 4-step business applications process for one of the company, any company, guys. Now, let's take Swiggy company here. To understand this concept in a better way, let us take Swiggy company. Swiggy company is doing what business? Food business. Now, here, I'm trying to implement this business applications process for which company? Swiggy company. Swiggy company is doing what business? Business. Okay, fine. So now Swiggy company is ready with front-end applications, guys. Is ready with front-end. So Swiggy company will have one app and they have one website. Assume that they'll have an app and website. So if the company is ready with front-end applications, then the company slowly they can start doing the business, guys. If the company is ready with front-end, then slowly the company will start doing the business. So now, as the Swiggy company is doing some food business, so where they are selling some food items to the customers. Let's say I'm the customer. I want to buy some food item from the Swiggy. So now if I want to buy some food item from the Swiggy, what I need to do? First of all, I need to go and download and install the Swiggy app in my mobile phone. First of all, I need to do what? I need to go and download and install the Swiggy app in my mobile phone. Once after installing and downloading the Swiggy app, next what I'll do, I'll go and place an order in the app. What I'll do, I will go and place an order. Right. So now, once if I place an order in the Swiggy app, in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, hardly it will take 1 hour, guys. In the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, Swiggy company will go and deliver that food item to me. What I'm telling? As a customer, I'm the customer. I'm placing an order in the Swiggy app. Once the order is placed, in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, Swiggy company will go and deliver that food item to us. This is what we know as a customer. I'm the customer. As a customer, this is what we know. But try to understand this. As a Power Platform developer, you are going to work as a Power Platform developer here, right? So as a Power Platform developer, we need to understand one point here. So what we need to understand here is whenever the customer places an order in the app, whenever the customer places an order in the app, that means what the customer is doing here is if the customer is placing an order in the app means then the customer is generating some business data. If the customer is placed an order means what the customer is doing here is automatically customer is generating some business data for Swiggy company. Now what kind of business data the customer will generate once the customer places an order? Let me show you guys. Whenever the customer places an order, the customer will generate some business data like order ID. So every order will have a unique ID, guys. Order ID, and also we'll have what? We'll have the sales data. That means what is selling price of that food item. Profits data. That means what's the profit the Swiggy company will get by selling that food item. They'll have what? Sales data. Sales data. They'll have what? Profits data. They'll have what? Food items. Which food item the customer is placed. Food items data. And also they'll have what? Restaurant. Restaurants data. What is the restaurant preparing that food? Restaurants related data. And also they'll have what? Customers related data. They'll have what? Customers related data. Customers related data, and so on, and so on. Like customer ID, customer name, mobile number, email ID, delivery address, lot of information, guys. So like this, whenever the customer places an order in the app, whenever the customer is placing an order in the app, now what the customer is doing here, whenever the customer places an order, I said that customer is going to generate some business data. Now, where that business data is going to be stored? Business data means this complete will call it as orders data, guys. This complete will call it as what? Order data. So whenever the customer places an order in the app, now where that complete details of that order will be stored. So Swiggy company need to store that orders data somewhere. This is the orders data. So whenever the customer places an order, the complete details of that order will comes into where? Complete details of that order will comes into the data sources. Whenever if you place an order in the app, make sure whenever if you place an order in the app, the complete details of that order will comes into the data sources. So now we understand whenever the customer places an order, the complete details of that order will comes into the data sources. Data sources contains what? Business data. Let me mention that point here, guys. So now data sources contains what? Business data. Now, in which format the companies will store the business data in the data sources? Companies will store the business data in the data sources in the tabular format. Companies will store the data in the data sources in which format? Tabular format, right? Fine. We understand step one, creating the apps. Once the app is created, whenever the customer places an ad on the app, that orders data comes into where? Data sources. So data sources contains what? Business data. In which format it will store the business data? Tabular format. Keep in mind this terminology important. This terminology important. Fine. Okay. We understand front-end applications and also we understand data sources. And next point we need to understand about what? Automations. Next point we need to understand about what? Automation. Now what's meant by automation? Automation is nothing but sending the automated email to the customers, sending the automated text message to the customers, and then getting the auto approvals. All this will comes under the automation. Now, where the Swiggy company will go into the automations. Let me explain, guys. Where the Swiggy company will do automations. Now, if you observe, whenever the customer places an order in the app, once the order is placed, immediately within the fraction of seconds, there is no delay, guys. Immediately within the fraction of seconds, the customer will receive an email. Swiggy company will send one email to that customer. What is that email? The order is placed successfully. Thanks for placing the order. And in the body of that email, you can see which food item you placed and at what time it is going to be delivered. What's the amount you need to pay? So it is Swiggy company is sending one email to the customer. once the order is placed. So now, do you think that whatever the mails the Swiggy company is sending to the customers, do you think that those mails are sent by the humans? Please reply yes or no. Whatever the mails the customers are receiving, do you think that those mails are sent by the humans?
No.
Yes or no?
No, I think so.
No.
No.
No, it's automatic.
Those mails are not sent by the humans, guys. If you place an order in the Swiggy, you will get one email, confirmation mail. Those mails are not sent by the humans. Those are automated emails. Those are automated emails. Now, why the Swiggy company is sending the email to the customers automatically? Why they are not using the humans? Let me explain you. Because let us assume in India, let's take major cities like Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore. Let's take these major cities. In India, let's take on an average, for one day, how many customers will place the orders? Let's take some number guess. Let us say 50,000 customers are placing the orders. How many customers are placing the orders? 50,000 customers are placing the orders. Now, for all the 50,000 customers, whenever the order is placed, Swiggy company need to send one email or not? Yes or no? For all the 50,000 customers, whenever the customer places an order, let's say today 50,000 customers, let's take yesterday, 50,000 customers placed orders. For all those 50,000 customers, whenever the customer places an order, Swiggy company will send one email or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 So it need to send 50,000 mails to the customers. Not only sending an email to the customer, it need to send one email to the restaurant also. Which restaurant need to prepare that food? It need to send one email to the restaurant also. So how many mails they need to send to the restaurant again? 50,000 mails. 50,000 mails for customers, 50,000 mails for the restaurants. So totally how many mails Swiggy company need to send for just for one day?
1 lakh.
1 lakh mails. Now tell me, it is possible to send the 1 lakh mails per day with the help of humans? Humans can send the 1 lakh mails per day?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Humans are not able to send 1 lakh mails. So it is not possible, guys. Okay. To send the 1 lakh mails, you want to use the humans. Okay, fine. Okay. You want to use the humans to send the 1 lakh mails. Then Swiggy company will go and hire more number of employees. They'll hire the manpower. Let's take they are hiring 20,000 or 30,000 employees just to send the mails. Okay, the company is hiring some 20,000 or 30,000 employees to send the mails manually with the help of humans. Fine. Okay, the company is hiring 30,000 employees is there to send the mails. But one thing we need to understand here, when the Swiggy company will send the email to the customer? Once the order is placed, immediately within the fraction of seconds. Now tell me, hardly it will take 4 to 5 seconds, guys. Once the order is placed, immediately within 4 to 5 seconds, the customers will receive an email, confirmation mail. Now tell me, within 4 to 5 seconds, humans can able to understand what is the order the customer is placed? Who is the customer placing an order? What's the customer ID, customer name, mobile number, delivery address? What is the order? Which food item the customer is selecting? What is the food item? What's the amount? What is the discount? What is the profit? What is the amount the customer need to pay? Now tell me, within 4 to 5 seconds, okay, you are hiring 30,000 employees. Now those 30,000 employees, within 4 to 5 seconds, they are able to understand who is the customer placing an order, customer ID, customer name, mobile number, order ID, order name, food item, sales, discount, profit. They can analyze this data and they can at least they can compose the mail in 4 to 5 seconds. Humans can compose the mail in 4 to 5 seconds by understanding the orders data.
Not possible.
Yes, sir. Not possible. Yes. So every company will have some repeated work process. Every company will have what? Repeated work process. Let us assume this is the repeated work process for Swiggy. If I want to do this repeated work process with the help of humans, no, it is not possible. So to do this kind of work, to do this repeated work process within the organizations, companies will go and use some systems. They're using some systems or softwares. So if you are doing some work with the help of systems without any human interactions, then we'll call it as what? Automations. If you are doing some work without any human interactions, with the help of some systems, we'll call it as automations. So whenever the order is placed in the app, the complete data of that order will comes into the data sources. Whenever the data comes into the data source, immediately by taking that data as a reference here, it will go and send one automated email to the customer. So this is how where the Swiggy company will do the automations. And finally, there is one more step, data analysis. Now, what's meant by data analysis? Data analysis means showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Now, see, if you want to show the data in the form of visuals or reports, first of all, we need to have the data. If you want to create the visuals or reports, first of all, we need to have the data. Now, from where we will take the data to create the visuals or the reports? By understanding all these steps, now tell me, from where we'll take the data to create the visuals or reports?
From the business data.
From the data sources. From the data sources, we'll take the data. In the data sources, companies will store the data in which format? I said that companies will store the business data in the tabular format. So if you have the data in the tabular format, it is not easy to analyze the data, guys. It is not possible to analyze the data if the data is there in the tabular format. So to analyze the data in a better way, whatever the data is there in the tabular format, I'm going to show that data in which format? Visuals or reports. Once after showing that, whatever the data is there in the tables, once after showing that data in the form of visuals or reports, by taking that visuals or reports, what the companies will do, they will analyze their business data. By seeing that visuals or reports, companies will do what? Analyzing the data. So analyzing the data, we'll call it as data analysis. If you are analyzing your business data by seeing the visuals or reports, that means you are doing the data analysis there. So to perform the data analysis, that means to create the visuals or reports, must and should we need to have the data sources. Without having the data sources and without having the business data in the data sources, you are not able to do the data analysis. So let me go and give one more example about data analysis, how to create some visuals or reports. Let us say here, Amazon company is asking us to create one sales report, guys. Amazon company is asking us to create what report? They're asking us to create one sales report. They want to understand the sales data. They want to analyze what data? Sales data. Now, in that report, whatever the report the company is asking to create, in that report, first they are asking me to show product-wise sales. Product-wise, what the sales they're doing, they want to understand. To show product-wise what the sales they're doing, I'm taking one column chart. I'm taking which visual? One column chart. Now, in this column chart, I'll go and show what? I'll go and show product-wise what is the sales there. I'll go and show what? Product-wise, what is the sales there. So let me go and take the products in the x-axis and go and take sales in the y-axis. Now, by seeing this visual, they can understand which product is doing the highest sales, which product is doing the highest sales, which product is doing the less sales. And next, they're asking me to show the profits. Here, I'm showing the sales. Now, they're asking to show the profit. Now, to show the profits data, I'm taking one bar chart. So, in this bar chart, I'll go and show what? I'll go and show product-wise profit. I'll go and show what? Product-wise, what is the profits? So I'm creating one bar chart here. So in this bar chart, I'll go and show product-wise what the profits they're getting. Let me go and get one bar chart here. All right. So this is the bar chart I'm creating. So in this bar chart, I'm going to take products in the y-axis. And also I'm going to take profits in the x-axis. By seeing this visual, they can understand which product is doing highest profit, which product is doing less profit. If you see, there is one product where they are getting negative profits, guys. So by seeing this visual, immediately what the company will do, they'll go and stop selling this product. Why? If they sell this product, they are getting some negative profits. So immediately they'll stop it. And next, they're asking me to show the month-wise sales. Amazon company wants to understand month-wise what the sales they are doing. So to show the month-wise what the sales they are doing, I'm taking one line chart. I'm taking which visual? I'm taking one line chart. So I'm going to take one line chart. So by seeing this visual, by seeing this line chart, they can understand in which months they are doing more business, in which months they are doing less business case. So by seeing this line chart, they can understand. So now here, I'll go and take the month in the x-axis, and I'll go and take the sales in the axis. So here, if you see, these are the months, maybe in year ending, October, November, December months, maybe they are doing more business case. So by seeing this visual, they can understand in which month they are doing more business, in which months they are doing the less business. And next, they are asking to show the region-wise sales. As Amazon is doing the business in multiple regions, they're asking me to show the region-wise sales. To show the region-wise sales, I'm taking one pie chart. So in this pie chart, I'll go and show what? I'll go and show region-wise what is the sales they are doing. Now, by seeing this visual, they can understand which region is doing the highest sales and which region is doing less sales. If you see, this is the region where they are doing the highest sales. This is the region where they are doing the less sales. And next, they're asking me to show category-wise sales case. Category-wise sales means Amazon is selling the different categories of products like home appliances, furniture, electronics, fashion. These are the different categories of products. So now they're asking to show category-wise sales. So here I'm showing what I'm going to show a donut chart where the category-wise what the sales they're doing, which category is doing what sales. Now by seeing this visual, they can understand this is the category where they're doing the highest sales, and this is the category where they're doing the less sales. And next, they're asking me to show the total sales. What's the total sales they're doing? Let's take 10 million is the total sales. And they're asking me to show the total profits. Let's say 2 million is the profits they're getting. So like this, they're asking me to create one report. They're asking like this, they're asking me to create what? One report. So now, if you want to generate this kind of report, must and should we need to have what? Data. Where the companies will store the data? Data sources. In the data sources, companies will store the data in which format? Tabular format. Whatever the data is there in the data sources, in the tabular format, I'm showing the data in which format here? Visuals or reports. Now, by seeing these visuals or reports, what the companies will do? They'll go and analyze the business data. They'll go and analyze what? Business data. So this is what's meant by data analysis, guys. So showing the data in the form of visuals or reports. By seeing, once after showing the data in the visuals or reports, by seeing those visuals or reports, we can easily analyze the business data, right? Fine. So this is all about what is this 4-step business applications process, right? So now, whatever I discuss is still now here, this 4-step business applications process, what is meant by front end, data sources, automations, and data analysis. Let me go and mention those points here. So first, let me go and mention what? Front-end applications. I said that front-end applications means what? I said that front-end applications is nothing but creating apps, websites, chatbots. And next one is data sources. I said that what is meant by data sources, guys? Data sources is nothing but what? A place where the companies will store their business data is known as data sources. Next, I said that automations. What's meant by automation? Automation is nothing but doing certain repeated work automatically without any human interactions. If you are doing some work automatically without any human interactions, then we'll call it as what? We'll call it as automations, guys, right? Fine. And next, data analysis. I said that data analysis means what? Showing the data in the form of visuals or reports. Let me keep here. Data analysis means the process of converting business data, the process of converting the business data into actionable information. Process of converting the business data into actionable information. Actionable information is what? Visuals or reports. Now, why I'm calling it as an actionable information means because by seeing these visuals or reports, what the companies will do, they'll take some actions. That's why I'm calling these visuals or reports are what? Actionable information. All right. So this is what the 4-step business applications process is. Now we understand what is this 4-step business applications process. Now we need to know how to go and implement this 4-step business applications process using Power Platform. How to implement the business applications process with the help of Power Platform software. Let me go and discuss it, guys. So now let me go and discuss about how to implement the business applications process using Power Platform. Let me go and keep here. First of all, what is Power Platform, guys? So now let me keep here. What is Power Platform means? Microsoft Power Platform is used to implement the business. It is used to implement the business applications process of an organization. So what is the use of Power Platform? This Power Platform is used to implement the business applications process. This is the business application process. So using Power Platform, we are going to implement the business applications process of an organization. So now let me go and discuss about how to go and implement the business applications process using Power Platform. Let me keep that point here. So how to go and implement the business applications process using Power Platform. Let me keep that point here. Right. So now before going to start discussing how to implement this business applications process with the help of Power Platform, before going to understand it. So let me go and show you the Power Platform architecture, guys. Power Platform architecture. First, let me discuss about the architecture now. Right. So this is what the Power Platform architecture. So first point, keep in mind, as we know already, Power Platform is used for what? It is used to implement a 4-step business applications process. First point already we know, Power Platform is used to implement the 4-step business application process. And second point we need to understand here, Power Platform is not a single software, guys. Power Platform, keep in mind, Power Platform means it is not a single software. Power Platform means it's a collection of softwares. So there are different softwares used in the Power Platform. By using those different softwares, you'll go and implement this 4-step business application process, right? For now, keep in mind these 2 points, guys. Now let me go and start discussing how to implement it. So now, as we come to know, Power Platform is used to implement the business applications process. In the business applications process, first we need to start with what? Front end. So now to implement the front end applications, there are different softwares we'll have. What are the different softwares we'll have to implement the front end applications? One is Power Apps, Power Pages, Power Virtual Agent. These are the 3 softwares used to implement the front end. Next, step 2 is what? Data sources. Step 2 is what? Data sources. So now, what is meant by data sources? The place where the companies will store the data. This is my step 2. So now here, if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, if you want to store your business data means, go and use Dataverse. So what is this Dataverse means? Dataverse is a database software which is used to store the business data. So Dataverse is an inbuilt data storage software which is used to store the business data within the Power Platform. So, but not only Dataverse, it is an inbuilt data storage software, not only Dataverse. So Power Platform will support to store the data either in the SQL Server, SharePoint, Oracle, MySQL, Excel, CSV, SAP HANA, so Dynamic 365. It will support almost all, not one or two data sources, guys. It will support hundreds and thousands of data sources where it will allow us to store the data. So, but inbuilt is what? Inbuilt data storage is Dataverse. Apart from Dataverse, if you want to store the data in the SQL, Oracle, MySQL, SharePoint, Excel, CS, yes, you can go and store it. So it will support almost all the data sources. But inbuilt is what? Dataverse, right? Fine, okay. And next is my step 2. Step 3 is what? Automations. Now, to do the automations, go and use which software? Power Automate. In order to go into the automations, we'll have one software that is what? Power Automate. The third step is Power Automate, doing the automations using Power Automate. And finally, the 4th step, data analysis. So now, to perform the data analysis, to perform what? Data analysis, go and use which software? Power BI. So to perform the data analysis, go and use which software? Power BI. So what is Power BI? Power BI is used to create the visuals or the reports. What is Power BI? Power BI is used to get the visuals or reports. By seeing that visuals or reports, companies will go and analyze the data. So these are the different softwares we'll have in the Power Platform. So now with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, we are able to implement the business applications process. So now, first of all, let me go and keep here Power Platform. Let me keep here one point. As we come to know, Power Platform is not a single software. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. So what the different softwares will have in the Power Platform? Let me list out all those here. Let me list out. One is, I'll keep here Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages, Power Virtual Agent, and then finally, Dataverse. So these are the different softwares we'll have. Now using these different softwares in the Power Platform, we'll discuss how to implement this business applications process, right? Fine. First to start with front end. In the front end, first I want to create the apps. Now to create the apps, go and use which software? Power Apps. So let me go and keep here. What is the use of Power Apps means? Power Apps is used to Power Apps is used to create apps or forms within the Power Platform. If you want to go and create apps or the forms within the Power Platform, go and use what? Power Apps, right? And next, I want to get the websites. To create the websites, go and use what? Power Pages. So what is Power Pages means? Power Pages is used to create. It is used to create the AI chatbots. Sorry, it is used to not AI chat. It is used to create the web pages, guys. It is used to create the secured web pages. Whenever if you want to create the websites, instead of calling it as websites, in Power Platform terminology, we'll call it as web pages. If you want to create websites for your business, then go and use what? Power Pages. And next, chatbots. To create the chatbots, go and use what? Power Virtual Agent. What is this Power Virtual Agent? Power Virtual Agent is used to create AI chatbots. So if you want to create the chatbots for your business, then go and use Power Virtual Agent. Now, what is this chatbot means? Chatbot is just like a customer support, guys. It is just like what customer support. Simple example, in the previous days, let's say if you place an order in Amazon or Flipkart, if you have any issues with that order, there is directly contact number will be available in the app. You can call to that number and you can clear your doubts. Nowadays, if you observe, nowhere you are not able to make a call to the support team. So first there is an option called chat with us. First company will try to solve your question through chat box, through chatbot. So you can keep your questions in the chat box, whatever the questions you will have related with that order, keep your questions in the chat box. So once if you keep your question in the chat box, then what the system will do, system can understand what question you are asking. System can understand what order you placed. By understanding your orders data, by understanding the question you are asking, system itself will give the replies to you guys. So don't think that whatever the replies you are getting in the chat box, those replies are not sent by the humans. Those are sent by the system. AI will work in the backend. So based on the question you are asking, based on the order you place, system itself will go and understand your orders data and your question, and then it will give some replies to you. That's why we are calling it as AI chatbot, right? And next, second step is what we done with front end, guys. Second step is what data sources. I said that what is the inbuilt data storage software? Dataverse. So what is Dataverse? Dataverse is a database software which is used to store the business data within the Power Platform. So if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, go and use Dataverse. Not only Dataverse, even you can store the data in the SQL, Oracle, MySQL, SharePoint, Excel, CS. Yes, you can store, right? And next, automations. Now to do the automations, we'll go and use which software? Power Automate. So what is Power Automate? Let me keep here. What is Power Automate? Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate the repeated work process. Simple case. As I said that already, every company will have some repeated work process. There is no doubt that any company, whether it's small scale, medium scale, or a top MNC company case, any company if you take, so the companies will have what? The companies will have some repeated work process will be there. So now, as we come to know, if there is any company, then the companies will have some repeated work process. So now I want to go and automate the repeated work process. To automate that repeated work process, we need to have an automation software. So what's that software I'm using here to automate the work process is Power Automate. So Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate what? Repeated work process, right? And next, finally, data analysis. So to perform the data analysis, go and use which software? Power BI. So what is Power BI? So Power BI is a data analysis or data analytics. Anyone is fine. Data analytics software, which is used to analyze the business data. So if you want to analyze the business data, so then we'll use one software. Which software? Power BI. Power BI is a data analytics software which is used for what? To analyze the business data. So now, with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, now I'm able to implement this 4-step business applications process or not? Yes. So with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, we are able to implement this 4-step business applications process. This is all about what is Power Platform. So, and also one more point here, whatever the 6 softwares I mentioned here just now, the same points I mentioned at the beginning of the session. I said that what the Power Platform can do. Power Platform, we can do creating the apps, websites, chatbots, automations, data sources, and data analysis. Whatever the 6 points I mentioned here, the same points I'm mentioning here also. Right? I'm done with the session. Now I'll take the questions. So before going to take the questions, please make a note. So let me do one thing. Let me copy something from here. So to write everything, it will take some lot of time for us. So I'll just copy and paste it something from here. Just copy. And paste it. Right. So make a note. So today is just a demo, guys. Today is demo. So when we will start the new batch? So new batch will start in the next week. So new batch will start in the next week on Wednesday. That is 24th of September. So new batch will start from 24th of September. That is on Wednesday. New batch will start from when? Wednesday. So today is the demo. So continuation of today's class. That means new batch. New batch will start from 24th September. That is Wednesday. And the batch timings is evening 8 to 9 p.m. guys. And the batch timings is what? Evening 8 to 9 p.m. So today is the demo. I'm taking at morning 11 o'clock. But from Wednesday, from coming Wednesday onwards, every day the class will start at 8 o'clock and we'll wind up the class by. These are the batch start date and batch timings. And most important, coming 2 more classes are free. So you have the access. To attend the 3 free classes, guys. So you don't want to any pay amount, any registration fee also. You are allowed to attend the 3 free classes. Today is the first class. Coming 2 more classes are free. So now what I'll discuss there in the coming 2 more classes. In the coming two more classes, I'll discuss about the practical skills. So practically at a high level, how the Power Platform softwares will work, I'll discuss. So in today's class, every point I discuss it critically, guys. Even I haven't shown you 1 point practical. Every point I'm discussing about critical. So, but what I will do in the next coming 2 to 3 classes, what I'll discuss? Practicals. Practically at a high level, we'll understand how to go and create an app in the Power Apps. And then we'll understand from the app, from Power App, how to submit the data to the data sources. And then once the data comes here into the source, how to take the data and how to do the automations, we'll understand. And also by taking the data from the data sources, how to go and create the visuals or reports, we'll discuss. So whatever the 4-step business applications process I discussed in today's class theoretically, every point I will show you practically at a high level in the next coming 2 to 3 classes, guys. So as I am discussing about practicals here, and these coming 2 more classes are free, so please try to attend those classes. So where we'll get some practical knowledge, right? Fine. So new batch will start from 24th of September, Wednesday at evening 8 to 9 p.m. And next, one more point. So I'll share one mail with you now. Once after completion of today's class, you will get one mail. So in that mail, you will get what? I will share today's class notepad. This class notes you will get. You'll get this class notes. Along with the class notes, I will share what? Recorded video. I will share today's class video with you. Along with that, I will share what? Course content. So I think all of you received the curriculum. If not, I will share the content again now. So this is what the course content is. So clearly I listed here what topics we'll be covering in our upcoming sessions. So you please go and walk through it once, guys. So you please go and walk through it once. Clearly I listed what topics we'll be discussing in our upcoming sessions, right? Fine. Okay, I'll share this curriculum. Just go and refer it once so that you'll have some knowledge. So how many days the course duration now? 2 months. 2 months is the course duration, daily 1 hour. Monday to Friday will be the classes. Saturdays and Sundays, mostly we don't have the classes, guys. So 2 months is the course duration. Now, within 2 months, we'll complete the course. There is no doubt in that. But one thing I need to stress here, one point. So there are few students, keeping in mind few students, there are few students due to some personal reasons, they are not able to continue the course. They'll stop attending the classes in between. So for all those, not only for those students, all of you people, within 2 months, we'll complete the course. Even after completion of the course, you have the access to attend the live classes. Live classes access. How many months we'll have? 6 months. Within 2 months, we'll complete the course. Within 2 months, if someone is not able to complete the course, so you have the access to attend the classes for 6 months, guys. So you can attend another batch. So it is your responsibility to complete attending the live classes within 6 months from the date of joining. Let's say if you join today, so from today, how many months you have the access to attend the live classes? 6 months you have the access to attend the live classes, right? Fine. So this is one advantage you'll have. Once after completion of the course, most of the institutes, they don't allow you to attend the another batches. But here you have that flexibility, guys. If in case if you missed any classes, if you stopped attending the classes, you have the access to complete the course in 6 months, right? Okay. Now, I said that 2 months is the course duration. Now, in these 2 months, what I will cover? So these are the topics we'll discuss. Not topics, skills we'll cover. So we'll discuss Power Apps. We'll discuss Power Apps from basics to advanced. From the beginner to advanced expert level, I'll cover. Power Automate also same. Power Automate and Power Apps we'll discuss from basics to advanced both. And SharePoint, we'll cover some basics of SharePoint. Not complete SharePoint developer. Keep in mind some SharePoint concepts we need to have some knowledge, because we'll use those some SharePoint concepts in Power Apps and Power Automate. So I'll provide that knowledge here. And also we'll use Dataverse. So we'll use Dataverse also, one of the data source. So in the Dataverse also, we'll discuss how to get the tables, different types of tables we'll have, how to maintain the relationships, how to maintain the security. So a few Dataverse concepts also we'll cover. So in these 2 months, these are the skills we'll go and discuss, right? Fine. And next, coming to the registered students, people, those who got registered with us, then what are the benefits you'll get, guys? So every class notepad, every class you'll have some running notes. I'll share the running notes with you. You don't want to write any running notes, guys. And most importantly, all recordings, all recorded videos you'll have. Whether you attend the class or whether you haven't attended the class, it is not a matter. Once the class is complete, I'll share the recording with you. And how many months you have the access for the recordings? 2 years. From the date of joining, you have the access for 2 years. And next, I'll share the interview question answers with you, resumes, projects with you, which projects we need to keep it in your resumes, and also we'll conduct the mock interviews. These are the things people, those who will get registered with us, people, those who got registered, you'll get all this stuff, right? And next, coming to the job opportunities, most commonly asking question, guys. As we have different softwares in the Power Platform, so we need to learn all these softwares to get the job? No, the answer is no, guys. Why? Because in Power Platform, there are different job openings we'll have. So with Power Apps and Power Automate, we'll have the jobs. So people who can opt this Power Apps and Power Automate. So people, those who are already working in the SharePoint, and people, those who are already working in Power BI, and people, those who are already working in D365 or M365, people, those who are coming from Java background, or people, those who are coming from .NET background. So you people, you have already this background. So you people just go and learn Power Apps and Power Automate. It is enough to get the job, to enter in, to survive in the IT, not to get the job, so to survive in the IT. And people, those who are very new, So for you people, along with Power Apps and Power Automate, better to have any database knowledge, either SharePoint, SQL, Oracle, some database concepts, not complete, but to have some knowledge on the databases. I will prefer to go with SharePoint. I prefer to go and learn which data source? SharePoint. And another combination is Power BI plus SQL. So use Power BI plus SQL Server, you'll have the jobs. You can go with this combination also. Another combination is what? All this, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, SQL Server, SharePoint, and some Dataverse concepts. So this combination also will have the jobs. So it is up to you which combination you will take, you can take. As we have the job opportunities for this combination and for this combination, so we are providing those two combinations of training skills. So we split this into two courses. Here in this course, here this is one course. In this course, we'll cover Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint basics, Dataverse concepts. So this is one course. Who will teach you? I'm the trainer, myself, Venki. I'm the trainer who will teach you this curriculum for 2 months. How many months? 2 months. With this curriculum, you will have the jobs. You can apply for the jobs. Another combination, I said that what? Power BI plus SQL. So here, who will teach you Power BI? Sunil Kumar. Who will teach you Power BI? Sunil Kumar is the trainer. I'm not the trainer who will teach you Power BI. So Sunil Kumar will teach you Power BI for 2 months. How many months? 2 months. And who will teach you the SQL again here? Who will teach you the SQL? Myself. Myself, I'll teach the SQL for 1 month. So in this complete course, in these two combinations, 2 trainers will involve. Here I am the trainer, only one trainer who will teach you complete course. But here, Sunil Kumar and me is the trainers who will teach you Power BI plus C, right? So as we have more number of job opportunities with this combination, so you can opt any one of this combination of courses, right? Fine. And next, we'll have one WhatsApp community. There is one WhatsApp community for Power Platform training. So I think all of you joined in that community. So people, those who haven't joined in that community still, you please join in that community, guys. I'll provide that community link in the chat box. I'll keep that comment link in the chat box. So use that comment link and join in the community so that you can get the latest updates regarding the Power Platform training. So, and also one more important, whatever the class we discussed today, this class recording notes and upcoming batch details, everything I will share in that community. So if you miss any mails, anyway, I'll share the mails also. Maybe you'll miss the mails. WhatsApp, every time you will be in your fingertips, right? So you can join in that community so that you can get the latest updates. And one more, if you have any questions related to other batch timings, fees details, contact to my front office team. Any other batch timings, fees details, you can reach out to the front office team. I'll provide the front office team details also here, right? And next, for practice purpose, we will share the credentials, guys. So how we need to practice? So for practice, we don't want to buy any separate licenses. It is whatever the course fee is there, it is you will cover in that course fee only. No need to pay separate amount for the licenses. I will share the licenses with you for a practice purpose. These licenses will be accessible for you 6 months. You can access these licenses for how many months? 6 months, right? Now go with the questions, guys. Now, the most commonly asking question. Now we'll take the questions. Before going to take the questions from your end, most commonly asking question. Is there any prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate? So to learn Power Apps and Power Automate, you need to have any prior coding skills or not? The answer is no. Strictly the answer is no. No prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate. So people, those who are coming from non-IT background, non-technical background, people, those who have the career gap. So all these people, even freshers, all these people can learn this technology. Anyone can learn it. Why? Because I said that already there is no prerequisite to learn these technologies, Power Apps and Power Automate. Why? The most reasons is why? Because so here in Power Apps and Power Automate, most of the work, 60 to 70% of the work will be done using GUI options, guys. That means drag and drop. Remaining 30 to 40% of work, 30 to 40% of work will be done by using some functions. So how we'll have the functions in the Excel, like aggregate functions, switch function, if condition, how we'll have some functions in the Excel. Excel means easy, right? It is very easy to learn Excel. So how we'll have some functions in the Excel, same type of functions we'll have in Power Apps and Power Automate also. So we need to just make use of those functions, that's all. So as I said that most of the work will be done using GUI and few 30 to 40% of work will be done using functions. So here you don't require any prior coding skills. No C, Java, Python, .NET. No, not required any prior coding skills here. Anyone can learn this technology because of these reasons, right? Fine. So people, those who are working in non-IT, non-technical background, freshers, career gap, all these people can go and learn this to enter into the IT. Now let's go the questions, sir. So I'll stop here now. I'll take the questions. Before going to take the questions, as I said that make a note. So today is the demo, continuation of today's class. That means new batch will start from when? Wednesday, coming Wednesday. At what time? Evening 8 to 9 p.m. What we'll discuss there? Right. So now let's go with the questions. Now, if you have any questions, online people, now you can please raise your hands. I'll talk to you one-on-one.